Power 92. We are number one in the streets.
Power 92, we are number one in the streets. Your midday girlfriend, Monae. Hi, guys. I'm excited because we have Janelle Monae in the studio with us today. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome back. I don't know if you remember the studio.
I do, of course.
We did this 5 years ago.
Yes, we did. You still killing it.
You are too.
Killing it. We're growing. We look like we've evolved.
Man,
you know? I love to feel it and see it.
I was watching our interview just to kind of like see where we left off, and I was like, we did grow.
Yeah.
We did. Right? And it was just a different vibe too. Like, I don't know. It was just such a different vibe from 5 years ago. And, you know, people evolve. Like, that was dirty computer time.
Yes.
You know?
It was. So I haven't been back here since 2019, 2018.
What's that, like 5 years?
Yeah.
Pandemic happened. So much happened. Mm-hmm. What were you doing during that time?
Woo. I mean, I think things sort of shut down in 2020. I remember my last big performance was the Oscars 2020 opening up.
Huge.
And that was a really big deal. I had so much fun. And then boom, you know, we closed down. The pandemic happened. And I went through different seasons. I'm sure like most people where, you know, you were like trying to make sense of the new normal. How are you going to, my tours got canceled. Like it was my life as I knew it was just turning and different and becoming something else. And so I also had to learn how to adapt to what that was.
Do you think it was good for you?
Well, I feel bad about saying that. I think some parts of it was good for me, like being forced to be still. I do recognize though that there are a lot of people who were laid off work and they couldn't feed their families or themselves. And I did have a unique opportunity to stay home and sort of like work on me. You know, I wrote a book called The Memory Librarian. It was the New York Times bestseller.
What?
Very proud of that.
So what was it about? I had no idea that you wrote a book.
Well, it was inspired by Dirty Computer. So it's called The Memory Librarian and Other Stories from Dirty Computer. And so I had a lot more to say around that world that I built. And I was like, I didn't get to say everything on the album. So let me just like imagine, you know, double clicking on different places in this world that was Dirty Computer and bringing different characters to life. So it centers around the LGBTQI plus community. It has trans characters. It has robots. I mean, it's super sci-fi. It's really good. I love it. So check that out. And then I definitely healed, you know,
for
got
sure.
Some things, got to go inward with myself. And I think that definitely helped me grow in different ways. You know, I got an opportunity to just sort of be on this journey of self-discovery and finding out new ways that I can create. And I also made this project.
Yes, you did.
I went to go shoot Glass Onion Knives Out. And as soon as I came back from that, I was like, oh, I know exactly who I want to celebrate, what I want this music to feel like and sound like. And I have to really, really say thank you to my muses who were my friends. You know, I made this project with my friends, for my friends, and for free ass motherfuckers.
Yes.
Like myself.
How does one channel their free ass motherfucker?
Listen, well, one, you know, it's not something you wake up as.
Yeah.
It takes a muscle. You know, it takes you really believing that how you feel about you and how your inner voice is in your body, it's the loudest voice you hear. Like there's nobody's voice that has more power than the voice that I have about who I am.
Yeah.
And where I can go and who I can be. And that's the good and the bad. I mean, people will compliment you, people will criticize you. But at the end of the day, as you take in that and you filter it, you have to have a good relationship with you. Yeah.
Do you think it's an era or do you think it's more of a lifestyle?
It's a lifestyle.
Right?
Baby. Yeah, this is not an era at all. This is like, for me, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifelong thing. Yeah.
I feel like I hit it. I feel like I'm in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I'm so happy these days. And it's crazy because I experienced a lot of loss recently. But I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, even choosing happiness is a muscle.
I always tell people you got to wake up and choose what kind of day you're going to have.
It ain't going to just slide to you the same way. Like some days you may wake up and you like, you know, your business manager, or you might get a check in the mail from whatever, or whatever you find happiness in, it may just come, but that's not how life is daily.
Yeah.
And so it's not sustainable to just waiting on happiness to come to you. You have to create it. And that's what I'm in. I'm creating the pleasure that I want to see. I didn't always have time to, because I'm always of service, which I know that's my purpose, to be of service as I'm creating art, not just for myself, but for the communities that I love. But Maurice White from Earth, Wind & Fire, one of my favorite groups, he said, if there ain't no beauty, make some beauty. If there ain't no beauty, you got to make it. We're never going to be exempt of problems. We're never going to be exempt of like something heavy going on in the world. And even in the midst of that, you got to find your beauty.
Absolutely.
And this was my attempt at making beauty.
I resonate. I relate.
Yeah.
I receive, all the above.
Yeah.
Man. I didn't really realize how much I needed yesterday either. Like, I don't know what it is I'm going through in life, but The Age of Pleasure, I got a chance to listen to it, guys. Don't be jealous. But Janelle had a listening session here last night, and you packed that motherfucker out. Like I was sitting, see Michelle, and I was like, okay, let's go find our section. And then I'm like, I can't wait for her to get here and see what she did. Aww. Or like what she brought. So how did it feel when you first entered yesterday and you got to kind of just feel Chicago?
Well, I will say this, and I'm not trying to boast, but I feel like I bring out like some of the most beautiful, dynamic, different, unique, just like special people. Like if you have been following me and have been a supporter of my career, like I just feel like I don't know, you're different. You're unique. Like you are special, and you know that. And when they come in the space, that's when I'm around, you know, from all walks of life. I'm getting so much beauty and so much progression, and they take care of each other. And that's what I felt like, you know, for me, I'm all about safe spaces, because I want to be clear, there is no pleasure without safety.
I love that you kept reiterating that yesterday. Yeah.
Free from feeling like police are going to come in and do something to us, like we cannot have anything, or somebody's going to come in and, you know, God forbid, shoot someplace. Like I try my best to make people feel safe. You
do such a great job. I'm trying to tell you, I don't know what happened yesterday.
Yeah. How did you feel?
I felt like this.
She's doing a moment like,
you know, you're singing Float, and I'm literally like feeling it. I barely drank before I got there.
Good.
I didn't do anything to inebriate myself, but I felt like you were that vibe. Like if your thing is like shrooms, you're gonna come there and feel the shroom off the songs. Like it was that. It was that. And you know, as I was I watched the In Real Life with Angie. Love Angie.
Oh, I love
that conversation was everything to me. And I loved it. Before answering every question, you were like, like you really took in every question.
I did do that. Yeah.
But something Angie said that I 100% agree with was how she felt from the album. And she said present, free, and having fun. That's how she explained it. And I was like, all three.
Listen, I want that. Thank you, Angie. Shit.
All three of them. I mean, was blessed. That the process? Yeah. Was that what it felt like?
Absolutely. I think with me, my art is a reflection of how I'm living.
Yeah.
And what I'm feeling. And that's just what I'm into. Like, if you listen to some of my work, if I'm hiding, you'll hear it in my work. If I'm confident, you know, if whatever I'm feeling and how I'm living, it shows up. It reveals itself.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely living like that these days.
Yeah. When Dirty Computer dropped, I asked you how you were feeling. You said, I'm feeling it's giving nerve-wracking. It's giving exciting, but I'm ready.
Yeah.
So where are you with The Age of Pleasure?
I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm in it. I'm present. I'm coasting. I already jumped. I think Dirty Computer was like, all right, it's time to jump out the plane. You're nervous, you're whatever. I mean, I have jumped out the plane before. I've skydove before. So I know what that, I mean, I wasn't even scared when I went skydiving, but.
Oh, you're being literal.
Yeah. I went skydiving before and I was not scared at all. Which was concerning. I was like, I think I'm supposed to be scared.
I'm already here. F it.
And I was ready. Like,
wow.
I had on my little Chanel boots.
Were you going through something? And you were like,
it was 2 days before the Grammys. I performed on the Grammys in 2019 and I was just like, no, I'm not dealing. I was having a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to skydive. My spirit is ready for it. Like, I need to do something that I'm really afraid of so that the Grammys and all this, because I was nominated for Album of the Year and it was just a lot. And I was like, I need to do something more.
Yeah.
And it was the best thing ever. But I think, that whole time, like, I had to have so many conversations with friends and family, not a whole lot, but mostly with family about, being queer and all of that is a whole thing. When I decide that I'm going to live my life out loud, unapologetically, there are some people that I love and I care about that I do owe conversations to. Some people I just don't. But that was a moment of just like, whew, thank God. Like, I got this out. out. Okay, now I can live my motherfucking life.
Let me find out that's what I got to do to get rid of some of this anxiety, sis.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's the realest. I just got introduced to it last year and it was like the first time. I feel blessed.
Yeah.
Because I know people have it for years and years and years and go through it in different ways, but I didn't really experience it till I lost my dad. And I was like, whoa, anxiety is intense. I thought it was made up.
No, I know.
Because it's in your head. You're not really, I'm just thinking it was made up.
Yeah, no, God bless you. I can still go through it and you just have to check it.
Yeah.
Just be like, you know what? Let me stay present. I don't need to control everything. I don't need to know what's next. But, it's different. People experience it in different ways. So I totally get where you're coming from.
Are you still experiencing it today a lot the same way that you were before?
I know how to check it. I know what it is. I know that for me, I have anticipated anxiety. So I'm like, I used to anticipate something was going to happen. Therefore, it may happen because I've like sort of manifested that. I do believe in energy. If I keep
100%
thinking about something, you do become what you constantly obsess over. And now, no, because I know that I want to have an amazing rollout. I know that when this album comes out, this is the age of pleasure. This is me owning all of me, not giving you like, this is the freest space. It's raw. It's like pure, uncut rawness of me. And I've always been wanting to get to this point in my life where I'm not concerned about outcome.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're in this space. I'm so glad you got to this point. It doesn't really seem like you let things affect you much. When I was getting ready to interview you, I watched the in real life interview, but then I'm seeing all these other things like 10 years ago on Essence magazine, she said she's wearing clothes to cover up and show women a different way. And now she's out here doing this and she's hypocritical. But you show up and you're so present and you're so happy. So I love that you don't really let that get to you.
Yeah. What
I seen it in, it was an Essence online. People were highlighting an interview from 10 years ago that you did with Essence.
10 years ago.
Yeah. 2003.
No,
someone
2013
said,
then. Yeah.
Long time ago. Yeah. And I feel like people don't expect you to evolve, to become like a different version of yourself.
Oh,
so
I know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think first of all, I think that 10 years ago, I don't even remember where I was in my life. I mean, I do remember when I was wearing the tuxedo and the suit all the time. A lot of interviewers, and specifically this one, would always ask me about my clothing and try to sort of get me to present my to get me to present in more of a traditional feminine way of being a woman. And at that time I was identifying as a woman. I mean, a lot has happened. I'm non-binary now. I mean, I have a song called Float that says, no, I'm not the same nigga. Like, a lot has changed. I wasn't out as queer 10 years ago. So I find this all laughable. I wish I can find those people and see where they were 10 years ago. What they said they were doing or whatever. But I never said that I was going to be in a tuxedo for eternity. I never said that I wasn't going to show skin. And I want to say the comment, which this is very important because people have to read. They have to understand context. In that same breath, I said, you know, people don't ask Jay-Z to take off his shirt when he rhymes.
Yes.
They don't, when men come in, they don't ask them about their fashion as much as they ask women or non-binary folks 100%. About why do they dress the way that they dress. And that's just real. They don't. And then two, I feel like I also said I like skirts and dresses just like the next person, or just like I have skirts and dresses. That was saying I love dresses, skirts, all that. Stop trying to put me in a space, in a box, in a binary. Like, I always thought I was sexy in a tuxedo. There is more than one way to define sexy. Showing my skin is not what makes me sexy, and I stand by that. Come on now. I have the sex sale. Hello? It's me. It's not clothes, with or without. Like, I believe that I'm sexy. So all of that, I think, you know, 10 years ago, like, I'm proud of making that clear, because it's always been about autonomy to me, and me choosing how I define being sexy and not feeling like, it's like everybody was like, oh, take the suit off, da 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 da, and I'm like, no, bitch. I'm in control. And then now people, if you think about whatever critics, whoever they are, and they're like, oh, you're showing skin, da 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 da. No, bitch. I get to control what I do with my body. Exactly. So it's been pretty clear. And I think if a person is looking to sort of fuel their narrative, they will cling on. They will find anything to cling on to their narrative. And then I think, just in general, I think, if you are looking to be a free ass motherfucker, it is very important that you know who to respond to and not. And also know that your freedom will trigger a lot of people who are not yet comfortable in finding theirs. You will agitate those people who are not ready to get free from even what they thought they would be doing. You have the right to change your mind. You have the right to pivot. I do. And that's that on that. And that's okay. It is okay. Yeah. Let's drop the mic right there. Okay. Thanks you for giving us Lipstick Lover. Thank you for giving us Float early. Thank you for giving us all that before June 9th, Age of Pleasure. They're telling me to go. What else you got to say before we wrap up? I love you. I love y'all. And I hope you dig deeper into your well of pleasure, whatever that means to you. Sometimes it could be reading a book while the rain is coming down, taking a bath, using your vibrator. Sexual wellness is very important holistically, and creating safe spaces for you and your people. And I hope that this is a soundtrack that you're listening to. They're going to get all of that. The Age of Pleasure, Janelle Monae. 2 weeks away. Thank you so much for joining us again here in Chicago. You're a vibe, and whenever you're back, you're always welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you always. Thank you so much. Talk to you later.
Power 92.3 FM.